Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Yeah, you know what it is. Hard worker, scrappy, unfiltered, and sometimes unhinged football content. Hard to explain, but you know it when you see it. Doing it daily our way. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Redraft and Dynasty Fantasy Football, we got you covered. You know their defense is ranked like 31st in the NFL? NFL draft prospects and rookies? Now you know you in the right place for that.
Absolutely.
All right, then stop saying it. Then we're done. And prop bets with my man JRich. Count that money, man. Now wipe the crust out of your eyes. Get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake your ass up with Ray G. You honestly are making absolutely no sense, and you sound silly as hell. GMGP. It is Monday, June 10th, 2024. Y'all decided to wake y'all asses up with Ray G, and I appreciate you being in the damn building. Jimbo, I see you in there. Wifey in the building, GMGP. She's like in the other room right now. 5 a.m. Pilates. Shout out to Wifey getting it in early. I see you, Cold World TDE, Jimbo, Sean, Garrison in the building. 7 GOAT rings. Matthew in the building. What's happening with you, Matthew? Got 2. Matthew Miller, Matthew Florindo, Balls Life, FF in the building. Jamie, what's happening with you, man? GMGP. Got the Cleveland Browns helmet on in the background. What's popping? What's popping? What's popping? We are excited. June, summertime. Hopefully the kids are gone away for summer vacation with the grandparents. A lot of stuff happening in the sports world, you know. We got, NBA Finals. My Mavericks. Not my Mavericks. I'm a Lakers fan. But the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks down 0-2 right now. But it's coming back home. It's coming back home. We're going to turn that thing around. And, there's some more basketball news going on. We'll talk about a little bit of what people are talking about in a second. But if you missed the show with Scott and I last night, make sure you go back, check out the show. Scott and I did an Underdog draft. We did a BBM 5 draft, so make sure you check that out. Let us know who won that one, but we had some interesting conversations, so pop into that. Shane dropped a dope video on Friday talking about wide receivers. Then Todd DeClaire had 2 guests on the Trey Show, man, so make sure you check out that if you weren't able to see that on Saturday. But we have a special guest in the building today. I did not know if this young man would return to the show, but lo and behold, he decided to wake up and stop by. JRich, what's happening with you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, first show back, you had to bump it half an hour just to make sure that I was up and ready for the show. But I'm excited to be back, man. It's been a little minute. 2 weeks of not being on the show, so I hope people missed me, but I had a good trip. Thank you for wishing me a good trip, Cold World. I saw that in the chat. But I'm glad to be back, man. Lots have been going on. Your Mavs are down 0-2. You've already said you're not a Mavs fan. You're a Lakers fan. You're already back.
I've never was a Mavs fan.
You played the clip of me saying Daniel Gafford on the show endlessly. You played it the moment I got into the stream pre-show.
Daniel Gafford.
But now, you know, you're off that train. You've had enough. You're done. You're like, damn. Can't beat Tatum. Can't beat the C's.
Yeah, man.
It's not over yet.
It looks good. It's not over yet. He looks good, man. He looks good. But we're happy to have you back, Jay. Happy to have you back. You're looking young, too, man. You're looking young. Looking young. Cut that facial hair off, right? Yeah. I'm going to assume
like
it was... I got a little more than you right now. But yeah. We got a lot to talk about. On the show last week, the Jefferson deal broke while we were mid-show, mid-trivia game. The Jefferson deal broke. Does that make you feel any better about that situation now? That he's locked up? He's there 4 years... $100 bazillion guaranteed, best receiver in the game. You feeling better about Jets today now?
I wouldn't say I feel better about him, but it was expected, right?
Absolutely.
We fully expect him to get a massive deal. The problem is what is the status of J.J. McCarthy? Is he ready? Can he deliver with J.J. McCarthy? Is the offense going to be different? Are kind of the questions we need to have answered. But no, I have no concerns about Jefferson. He was a wide receiver 1 with Josh Dobbs. He wide receiver 1 with pretty much every quarterback he's had. But I am definitely a little concerned about the immediate, but I think the long term he will be more than fine. It's just, is there any type of slow period
you're worried about
until they kind of get back on the same page? Of course.
You're just worried about the quarterback. You're just worried about the quarterback. All right. So, Jay, we are not going to get into
Mr.
this.
Incredible. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Who did that? Who said that?
Who did that?
Who said that?
Why? Be your own people sometimes.
Oh, man.
Be your own people sometimes.
Your own people do you dirty, man. Your own people do you dirty. But, Jay, we're not going to dive into this topic full slate right now. Maybe I'll talk about it on HTTT. Caitlin Clark, man, she is the biggest thing popping in sports right now.
Yep.
There's a lot of people upset. She was left off the Olympic team and being assaulted by WNBA players, et cetera, et cetera. What are just your thoughts from somebody who's about to get an expansion team? WNBA coming to Toronto, coming to your hometown, to Toronto, man.
Right.
Coming to your spot.
Right.
What are your thoughts about all of just the conversation around this? Because it's every day. It's all people talk about. People who have never watched an ounce of the W before, this is all they talk about. So for you've been out for 2 weeks. You've been tapped out. Just what are your thoughts hearing all of this shit, dude?
I think the biggest thing for me, just kind of seeing it all unfold, right? Obviously, Caitlin Clark is white. Like, I think that's a big factor here.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why the media wants to push her and all that. And I'm here for it. She's a great player. Does she get more exposure than she probably deserves? Sure. But that's what happens when you're a great player who's young and ascending. It's the same with Anthony Edwards. It's the same case I made against Anthony Edwards over a month ago. It's just, maybe he's a little bit overhyped, but I understand the media wants to get there. I think the bigger issue, Ray, is you have people doing media interviews, getting recorded, all this stuff that are not used to it, and it shows. And that's when you get from the focus of the good players who are talented and deserve the shine to the players who maybe wouldn't be under this type of spotlight normally, doing interviews and talking and getting recorded, and it puts a bad look on the WNBA. And you see the same thing happen in the NBA. When they started to get big contracts, big money, they said, okay, Allen Iverson, you need to appear to the dress code and you got to act a certain way and this, that, or the other. And I think we're kind of seeing a similar transition just because of the spotlight in the WNBA. It's all good so long as they can reel in the players a little bit, keep it positive, and ultimately show well on camera, because that's what we have to do every day. We are not formally media trained, but over time you learn how to act and present yourself on camera and in front of people. And I think that's something that they need to learn as well.
I'll just say this, man. I love sports, right? But I don't know a damn thing about the NHL or MLS or Premier League soccer. So you know what? I don't talk about it. I don't say anything outside of I know certain players who are good. I know Connor McDavid is dope because I know this because you see it. He's on the highlight reels. I know, Messi or Mbappe. I know those names, but you're never going to hear me dive into that. Even MLB, I'm watching it more, but I don't feel like I'm any type of subject matter in that sport. So I just shut up. I look at all the people that are talking about her and I'm just like, they have probably never watched 2 minutes of a women's college basketball game, period, let alone the WNBA. It's a lot of people.
And never will.
And that's the thing. They still won't watch. They won't go to the games. Yeah. Brandon, who does our stuff, he's at the Connecticut Sun game. He's there, front row, watching it. It's just, I might talk about it on the HTTT, man. But last Monday, Jay, we did a little trivia game on Wake Up. Unplanned. I just wanted to talk through some receivers, and we're playing little guessing games, and people were getting shit dead ass wrong, except for Dan Edwards. Dan Edwards was money whole show. He was balling. So I decided to make a little game that we're gonna play today. Some little Jeopardy. We're gonna play a little Jeopardy today. A little Jeopardy. Think you know ball? Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Yeah, Underdog Fantasy sent me some stuff. Think you know ball, and I was like, hey, we can make a show around this. So we're gonna have some fun today. JRich, you ready for that? You're back. I want to make this easy for you. Are you ready to have a little fun?
Now, right?
You ready to have a little fun?
Make it easy.
Yeah,
easy.
man.
I'm terrible at trivia. So we'll see how it goes. And I've been tapped up for a little bit. But the thing with you is that you do this kind of stuff and you look really smart. And I look really dumb when I don't know the answers. But these are very difficult questions.
These are not
and
difficult
things to
questions.
decipher. So we'll see if the chat's better than me, though. I'm excited for it.
We'll see the chat. We're going to go chat versus
use your brain
JRich.
and think.
We're going chat versus JRich. We're going chat versus JRich
well
today.
for
We're
me.
going chat versus JRich today. We got 4 categories. I made this very easy. No daily doubles. You can pick, and do all that stuff. So let's pull it up and let's have some fun. Jordan, you ready? Are you ready? So here are our categories for this Wake Up trivia game. Where are we at? We are not even on the screen. There we are, real little in the corner right there. I'll just take us off for a minute. So, Jay, you got the categories: NFL teams, quarterbacks, pass catchers, and running backs. Where do you want to start, my friend, on this Jeopardy trivia game? Where do you want to start at?
I feel like I got to start NFL teams. That's probably my best shot here.
Okay, all right. Going with the
I'm gonna go
NFL
NFL teams for 100.
NFL teams for run 100. JRich, let's go. All right, sir. I'll read off the question, and we'll see what you get. I don't need the music. The NFL average for plays run out of the number one most utilized offensive grouping, 11 personnel, was 669.4. JRich, this team was the only team not to even crack 185 total plays run from the most frequented offensive personnel grouping in the NFL. Jay, do you have any idea the answer of this question? And Chad, I'm asking y'all to one more time. NFL average of plays run out of 11 personnel, which is the number one offensive personnel grouping in the league, was 669. This team didn't even crack 185. JRich, do you know the answer to this question, my friend?
So it's going to be, for sure, a Shanahan system or Arthur Smith. I think that's where I'm leaning right now. I'm looking at the Dolphins, I'm looking at the 49ers, and I'm looking at the Atlanta Falcons as my main
There are one, and you've got 30 seconds, so what is the answer?
I'm going to say the Miami Dolphins, because the Miami Dolphins probably have the worst wide receiver 3 of all these teams. It is the
Incorrect.
Falcons. Okay.
The Atlanta Falcons, 184 plays out of 11 personnel. You are negative 1 points right now. You see that down there? You are a pineapple, and you are negative 1 points, Jay. So that is no. Yeah. You're
it was
there.
Atlanta. That seemed like the too obvious answer. So I psyched myself out. But
all right. Where do you want to go next, JRich? Where do you want to go next?
Let's do NFL teams for 200.
NFL teams for 200. All right. This team, JRich, led the NFL in third down conversion percentage on rushing plays. Just think about that. They are the only team to be over 65% third down conversion percentage on rushing plays. Who is this team? Jordan Richards. They led the league. Third down conversion percentage on rushing plays, the only team to be over 65%. It's an easy
65%?
Over. Higher than 65%.
Man, on rushing plays?
Only team.
I'm going to say the 49ers.
Next closest team was like 60% of third down conversions on rushing plays. This team is 70%.
I'm going to say the
49ers? 49ers. JRich goes with the 49ers. I see the Steelers. I see the Rams. I see the Lions. I have yet to see the correct answer, and the correct answer is in the chat. It is in the chat. JRich, you are incorrect. It is the Buffalo Bills.
Bills. Wow.
Josh Allen.
Okay. Josh Allen, some James Cook, who you hated on all year just for him to be good.
This ain't about me. It's about you, my friend. This is not about me. This is about
good
you.
For me so far.
You are negative 300 points in the hole, JRich. Do you want to even try your luck further down the board with NFL teams?
I'm getting nervous. I have to be honest. I'm getting nervous. I need to get some points on the board here. Let's go with running backs for 100.
Yes, running backs.
Surely I'm not going to know anything about the running backs. So let's.
All right, let me read it off.
Explosive run rate. Great.
This running back had the second highest rate of rushing attempts that resulted in 0 or negative yards, right? So not good. He's also bottom 10 in explosive run rates, 12 plus yards. But he has a top 4 round ADP on Underdog Fantasy. JRich, I'm going to repeat this again. This running back had the second highest rate of rush attempts that resulted in either 0 yards or negative yards. He was also bottom 10 in explosive run percentage, 12 plus yards. But he's a top four round pick in ADP on Underdog, JRich. Who the hell? And you have to answer the questions correctly. You have to say who is or who are the team.
Course,
if you don't do that, you will not win.
I don't get any points, but I'm not getting any points anyway.
Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat. I see Josh Jacobs.
I'm trying not to look at the chat.
Well, don't look at the chat. D-Bro's in here. Babyface digging a deep hole. Yes, he is. Womp Womp. Kenneth Walker. Derrick Henry. Josh Jacobs. K-Dub. JRich, it's on you.
So Kenneth Walker is the name that comes to mind, but that was a stat that applied to him a little bit more last season. Josh Jacobs obviously be a great name with how much he struggled. Top 4 ADP has me thinking it's not an upper tier guy. I saw someone put Breece Hall in the chat. I feel like you'd maybe go top 2 rounds if it was a top 2 round guy. Now I'm trying to think.
You are out of time.
Wait, I'm going to say Najee Harris. Is he a top 4 round 80 pick?
Shows how much underdog you play because nobody is drafting Najee in the top 4 rounds. Incorrect. Travis Etienne. 25.7 stuff rate. You know, the only running back he was behind, JRich, Jerome Ford. 5.2% explosive run percentage, dude. I mean, listen.
And he was good last year, I thought. Like, I'm pretty good last year.
All data, all information is provided by True Media. Got to shout out True Media. Those are our stats providers. Travis Etienne getting jammed up at the line or behind the line of scrimmage, not ripping off big runs, but still is a top 4 round pick in underdog, Jay. Where do you want to go next, Mr. Richards?
Give me pass catchers for 100.
You are negative 400 in the hole. Let's get you one.
I know.
Here, Jay.
Let's get this one.
This is easy, Jay. This tight end led the NFL in targets that went for a first down or touchdown. Minimum 5 targets a game. So think about it. This tight end had to be getting about 5 targets a game. That kind of limits the pool down, right? Led the NFL in targets that were first downs or touchdowns. Who is the answer?
First downs or touchdowns. It can't be Travis Kelce.
I see Sam Laporta in the chat. I say TJ Hawkinson in the chat. There is no daily.
Would have been TJ Hawkinson.
Go Rings. We can't do any daily double because he would just dig himself a big hole. And if you're not over $0, you owe me a case of Topo Chico. All right, who is?
Nice to know that I'm already $300 in the hole and staring down 400. I'm gonna say Laporta. Laporta was great last year. I'm gonna say Sam Laporta.
Say Sam Laporta. Okay. All right. Here is the answer. I believe you are incorrect.
Clearly was not Sam Laporta. Great.
George Kittle, 48.3%. Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, it was a percentage. Okay. Yeah. You didn't say that in the question.
I didn't put the thing up. It wasn't going to change your answer anyway. The answer was George Kittle. George Kittle, 48.3% of his receptions went for first downs or touchdowns. I mean, he was a monster.
Could have been Hawkinson.
He and Brock Purdy were monsters, but he just didn't get a lot of volume. He did not get a lot of volume. The answer is George freaking Kittles, Jay. Kittle, not Kittles. You are negative 500. JRich, you have negative 500 points. This is not going well for you.
Let's shoot for the stars. Running backs for 500.
Running backs for 500. JRich, let's get it all back. Let's get it all back right here. Oh, JRich. JRich, you ready for this one? 7 RBs averaged over 5 yards per rush out of the gun in 2023. Can you name the only one to average 7? The only one. So 7 running backs were better than 5 yards per rush attempt out of the gun. 11 personnel. Shotgun,
out of
baby.
Gun.
Out of the gun. Bang, bang.
Minimum 100 attempts, too, is a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you out here. Can you name the only one to eclipse 7? And he was close to 8.
7.
He was very close to 8. He was very close to 8, JRich.
Out of gun, though.
Out of the gun.
I'm going to say Jaylen Warren.
The answer is literally in the chat. I mean, it is right there. And Devon Achane.
It was Achane, really?
7.8 yards per rush attempt.
So Warren at least made the list?
Look at the list. Jaylen Warren did make the list. Jerome Ford, James Conner, CMC, and Ramondre Stevenson. JRich, you are
the question
negative.
for me was whether or not Achane got those big runs out of gun or not, because they don't run a lot of 11 personnel. So that was the big issue for me, was whether Achane was too easy or not. So, the chat smashed it again.
So you knew it just you overthought it, right? Is that what you're saying?
I was like, is it Achane? Because we already talked about how they run a lot of 12 personnel and not a lot of 11. So was he going to get enough out of shotgun? But, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm in a hole right now.
Joe said
I'm in a big hole.
Little tiny guy. Yeah, little tiny guy. All right, JRich, you are in a hole, but there's plenty of time. There's plenty of time to dig yourself out of this. Dig. Where do you want to go?
All right, quarterbacks for 100. Surely I have to get a quarterback.
Thank you.
There's only like 32 of them. Surely I have to get a quarterback.
Since taking over as the starting quarterback, Brock Purdy has been considered one of the luckiest QBs in the NFL in terms of dropped interceptions, JRich. However, Over the past 2 years, he's 20th. He's got 15 interceptions or dropped INTs. Who is number one in this category of picks and drop picks? Because everybody says Brock Purdy just gets so lucky. He shouldn't be. He's got 82 interceptions that should have been caught, right? Okay. Over the past 2 years, he's 20th in this category. And this is of minimum threshold, 200 pass attempts. So it filters out all the booty quarterbacks, right? Most of the booty, 400 pass attempts, excuse me. Filters out all the booty quarterbacks. He's only got 15 INTs or dropped INTs over the past 2 years. Who's number one?
Allen. It's got to be Allen or Mahomes, and I think it's Allen because Allen's thrown a ton of picks the past couple years.
Josh Allen who is Josh Allen? Your final answer?
Who is Josh Allen? Yeah, because I need the points.
There you go,
T-Law.
JRich.
Let's
you
go.
go.
I said Allen and Mahomes.
Baby. You got one. Here go the top five. Josh Allen with 32. Patrick Mahomes with 26 INTs or dropped INTs. Dak Prescott with 24. Mackenzie Jones. Mackenzie Jones.
Wow.
Mac Jones at
Matt should be
23.
number one. Holy
And
hell.
Derek Carr with 22. JRich, you are negative 900, baby. You got one.
All right.
That was it.
Gotta
You want to
keep this
stick with
train
QBs?
rolling.
Stick with the
heck
QBs?
Yeah, I'm on a roll.
All right.
now.
Yeah, look at you're sitting up in your chair. I like this.
I'm ready
the
to go.
enthusiasm,
I'm
baby.
ready to go.
All right, quarterbacks for 200. There was only one QB in 2023 with greater than 40% pass attempt rate of 3+ seconds per game, and one QB below 13% of attempts being longer than 3 seconds. Who is it?
There was only one quarterback in 2023 with greater than 40%
let me
pass
read
attempt
it.
rate of 3+ seconds per game.
of their pass
Am I
attempts.
trying to name both of them?
No, it's the same guy. 40% of their pass attempts, right, came within, it took 3+ seconds. So I had a long time to throw the ball, right?
Yeah.
And one QB below 13% of pass attempts being longer than 3 seconds. Yeah, you got to name both of them. Who are they? I'm confused by the question. I made the question. I'm confused.
So one's got to be Justin Fields.
Okay.
And I'm going to say the other one is Tua.
Let me tell you this. I don't even know the answer, and I'm confused by the question.
Could
but
be
let's read
Bryce
the
Young,
answer. I'm not going to
let's
get.
see.
No, it's not Bryce Young. I can tell you right now, it's not Bryce Young. I didn't put any Bryce
Yeah.
Young in here. Let's skip this one. Okay, Fields and Stroud. Okay, Josh. All right, Josh said Fields and Stroud.
Okay.
We're gonna Fields and
Stroud,
Purdy.
yeah.
Okay, let's skip and see the answer.
Okay.
I believe Debro's got one of them. Let's see. No, it's Fields and Burrow. That's what it is.
Burrow.
Justin Fields. Yes,
Okay.
it's Justin Fields. It's Justin Fields
Okay, Burrow.
and Joe Burrow. So Justin Fields, he led the NFL in time to throw, 3+ seconds. Every time he's dropping back, over 40% of his attempts, he had 3+ seconds. There was one quarterback who had below. That's what it was. So Joe Burrow gets no time to throw per game. Justin Fields had 12 attempts every game where he had 3+ seconds to throw.
Though, isn't it just saying that he gets the ball out quick? Like Burrow gets the ball out at the highest rate.
Or his offensive
before
line is
3
not as
seconds.
good. But yeah, he doesn't
Could
have
be
a lot
both.
of time.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of time. Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, good call on the Justin Fields crew. Good stuff. Let's go quarterbacks 300, Jay. You were kind of in there. Yeah, quarterbacks 300. Ooh, here we go, baby. This is a good one. Despite being pressured, man, 40% of the time, every time he drops back, he is getting heat on ass, which was top 10. This was high. This was very high rate to get pressured, Jay. This QB finished the season number 1 in first downs and touchdowns per pass attempt, but he was bottom 10 in the league in pass attempts per game. Think about it, Jay. Think about this. Just break it down. Think about it like this way.
40%. So
yep.
He's
Which
getting
was
pressured
high.
a lot.
Getting pressured a lot. But he was number one in TD. Yes, per attempt, number 1. But he was bottom 10.
That has to be Jordan Love.
Hey,
I
but
don't
he
think
was
Jordan Love was bottom 10 in
Jay,
attempts,
listen
but-
to the end of the question, dude. He was bottom 10 in pass attempts per game. Joe, think about the question. That is the big one. Bottom 10 in pass attempts per game.
Derek Carr, because I know Derek Carr was pressured like crazy, but the 10 first down TD percentage per attempt seems like a lofty projection.
Think one more time. He's getting pressured 40%. He drops back, pressures in his face, right? But he's getting the ball out. First down, touchdown. But he ain't throwing a lot. They're like, we ain't gonna let you throw that much though. You're doing good, but we're not gonna let you throw that much. Do you know the answer? The answer is in the chat. The answer is literally
I do not know
littered
the
in the
answer,
chat.
no.
All right,
I'm not
JRich
looking
does
in the
not
chat.
know the answer. You get it wrong.
I would.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
It's Brock
It's
Purdy.
Brock Purdy. Okay.
It's
yeah.
Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, number 1 in the NFL in 2023 in first downs or touchdowns per attempt. Number 1 in air net yards per attempt. 2 yards higher than the second player on the list. Number 4 in completion percentage, but he was 30th in pass attempts per game.
Yeah, I forget that Purdy didn't throw the ball last year.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
he didn't
shit
throw
on
the
that
ball
Brock
last year.
Purdy, dog, but you start to break down what they actually
He's like
do and how they
450
do
attempts, right? He's low.
Yeah,
Low
man.
down there.
Yeah, Brock Purdy. I mean, the giveaway should have been first downs, touchdowns, and then low passing. Like that's an easy one. If yeah, come on, Jay, you know that they didn't let.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. D-Bro says Ray with the Purdy love today. A little bit, man.
So we do.
D-Bro. All right, JRich, where do you want to go?
Give me quarterbacks for 400. We're doing well with the quarterbacks. I'm
You're
looking at the
doing all
quarterbacks
right.
so
You're
far.
not doing bad. You're not doing bad. Quarterbacks for 400. Okay, here goes. This should be easy. This QB led the NFL in pass attempts 20 or more yards down the field in 2023.
Total pass attempts or per game. You don't know.
Total.
Do you?
Total. I do know. Total. If it was per game, it would say per game. Don't try to confuse me. You got 13 seconds to answer the question.
The NFL in pass attempts 20 yards or more down the field. I'm going to say Justin Herbert.
Per game, Will Levis.
You didn't tell me it was per game.
You weren't going to get it anyway.
I specifically
you weren't gonna get
asked
it anyway.
you if it was per game, and
you weren't going to get it. You weren't going to get it anyway. You weren't going to get it anyway.
Ridiculous.
Will Levis.
Ridiculous.
It's not Tua. It's not Love.
Ridiculous.
It's not Purdy. It's Will Levis. 6.3 pass attempts over 20 yards per game. Will Levis, baby.
I've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
You weren't going to get it anyway.
Yeah.
Brandon said I bait and switch. He wasn't going to get it anyway, Brandon. He wasn't even thinking Will Levis. I'm going to start to give you some hints now because I want you to do well, and you're going to do quarterbacks for 500. So finish this
I
out.
haven't been embarrassed enough yet.
This QB was top 5 in the NFL in touchdowns or first downs per play in 2023. Come on, Jay. Jay.
Okay, but it's not Tua though. Or sorry, it's probably not Tua. It's not Purdy because Purdy was already in the list. It's got to be Jordan Love. It's got to be Jordan Love. Jordan Love was phenomenal last year. It could be Stroud. I see Stroud in the chat.
Jake Browning.
It's Purdy again? Jake Browning? Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding. It's Brock Purdy. It's Brock Purdy. It's Tua.
again.
Jake Browning is 4th in percentage, man.
That's
Tied for
ridiculous.
4th in the NFL. The NFL average, dude, was 31.6. Jake Browning, 35.6. It was cool to see him on this list with C.J. Stroud, who was mentioned. Josh Allen was not mentioned. Tua was mentioned.
Yeah.
And Brock Purdy was number 1. So you got that one right. Well, you would have had it right if you would have said Purdy. Job,
Yeah,
Jay.
because you put
You guys
Purdy
were in
twice
there.
in the same thing.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
Purdy was in
probably
there.
not
Kittle was in
Tua,
there.
but,
Purdy
yeah.
was in there.
Yeah.
Pass catchers
A lot
for
of Sam
300.
Friend love. Where's
Wanna
the
go pass
Cowboys?
catchers?
Yeah, pass catchers.
Wanna go
We'll do 200.
200.
Start.
200
Let's
pass
warm
catchers.
back up with the pass catchers.
Kyle
Oh,
Pitts
let's
led all
go.
tight ends. Kyle Pitts led all tight ends and snaps aligned as the outside player, receiver, per game. 29.8% of his snaps were aligned on the outside. Got it? Snaps. This tight end was the only one inside the top 20 to have aligned outside 5% or less at a time.
5% or
One
less.
so think about this real quick, Jay. Kyle Pitts, he goes out there with Atlanta. They stack him out to the outside. This tight
30%.
end, 30% of the time he's out there. He's out there with Drake London. This tight end was the only one inside the top 20 of tight ends from ADP, Dynasty rankings. The only one, Jay, to line up out there less than 5% of the time. You got no snaps on the outside. Zero. They didn't even try to put him out there, Jay.
McBride.
They didn't even try to put him out there, Jay. They said, you can't do it. You are correct, JRich. Trey McBride.
Yes.
Almost
We did
from,
it.
like the bottom one in the subset. Trey McBride got no snaps lined up on the outside, Jay. They line him up in the slot a little bit.
With his skill set, that's insane. Like,
Well-
how is he only
well,
5%? That's nuts.
Jay, it kind of makes me feel even better about the situation with Marv there because McBride didn't play outside. They're not.
Yeah,
they don't
there's
even
no
occupy the
conflict.
same role, right? He's inline tight end. They move him in the slot. They don't play him outside. Trey McBride. And that's one wake-up chat. We talked about that like a couple of weeks ago, so y'all should have known that one, Jay.
We did.
Pass catchers for 300. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it. We're on a roll
Pass
now.
catchers
We're rolling.
for 300.
How much money am I down?
Negative 1,900. 2 wide receivers tied for 50-plus yard plays in 2023. 2 of them. They tied, okay? Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper. They had 5 plays over 50 yards. Tyreek and Amari Cooper. There was only 1 wide receiver, Jay, who had 4. There was a few of them that had 3, and then you had some with 2, and then 1 and 0, of course. But there was only one guy. There was only one guy that had 4, JRich. One receiver who had 4 50-plus yard plays out of that position in 2023. Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, and this other receiver were all 4-plus 50-yard plays.
AFC or NFC?
Yeah, let me give you some hints. I'm looking in the chat. I'm looking in the chat.
If it's AFC, I have an answer.
AFC.
I think it's Nico Collins.
AFC is the conference. Would you like divisional? Have you made
No, I think it's Collins. I in my head it was Collins or Dell. And Dell got hurt.
Nico Collins.
Go!
You are correct, JRich. Nico Collins had 4
I felt good about
plays
that one.
of 50 yards or more. He was the only receiver in 2023 to accomplish that, along with Tyreek Hill and Amari Cooper. Good job, dude.
Yep.
Good job.
I remember Nico hitting some big touchdowns. I just wasn't sure if he had enough, but yeah, it was Nico or Tank.
Good shit, Jay.
That was a tough one.
And have you seen any of these questions, Jordan Richards? JRich ain't
what?
seen.
You think
JRich barely made the show this morning.
Idea.
He barely made the show. He ain't seen no questions. Good hit, JRich. That's a very good one, man.
Yeah, no,
want to stick with the pass catchers? That was a good one, dude.
Yeah,
good stuff.
We're on fire right now.
He's
2 in a row.
feeling good.
Come on.
Oh, you should get this, Jay. There are 2 top 12 dynasty wide receivers that were targeted more than 50% of the time from the slot. Name them.
More than 50%.
Jay,
okay, one has to be Amon-Ra.
I gave you very easy qualifiers. 2 top 12 dynasty receivers.
Sure. It has to be. I'm
Amon-Ra. not telling you shit until you answer.
That's fine.
You've got 4 seconds.
So one is Amon-Ra.
Okay.
Top 12, I'm going to say CD, but I don't think it's CD. Oh, someone said Puka. Shit, probably Puka.
CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown. JRich is rolling. 54.1% CeeDee Lamb, 54.3%.
I forgot about Puka. That was a close
Brown.
One.
Hey, man, you are climbing.
CD was... I didn't feel great about CD, but I'll take it. Yeah, it wasn't Chase. Come on,
CD plays in the slot a lot, dude. He plays in the slot.
He
does,
you
want to finish it out?
I wasn't sure. Yeah, we got to now. We're too
okay,
hot.
You're going to have to ask for a hint here.
No way.
Wake up, chat. We should be in lockstep here, okay? There are 2 wide receivers in 2023 under 6 feet tall that finished top 10 in go routes per game. Name them. 2 wide receivers under 6 feet tall, okay, who were top 10 in the NFL in running the go route, which is just line up and run straight down the field. Minimum 40 receptions, JRich.
Minimum 40 receptions. Oh my god.
40 receptions.
I feel like Tyreek Hill is not the answer. Man.
Per game.
Jalen Waddle. Is
2 receivers under 6 feet tall.
Man, that's so tough. Just eliminating the receivers alone is
Let
hard.
me help you out. Don't overthink the first one.
So it's Tyreek Hill then.
Tyreek is one of them, yes.
Okay, we'll take Tyreek. Then the next one is obviously the hard one.
The second one, all I'll say
AFC
is
or NFC?
I'll give you, here's the hint. He was a Ray GQ favorite. Oh my God. I mean, you couldn't tell me that this player wasn't going to break the mold when he entered the NFL. I mean, he was a my guy player. Everyone liked him. Hold on.
Now I'm going down a bad
early
rabbit hole.
breakout age, JRich. Early breakout age. I mean, all that shit. Early breakout age. All of it. Everybody was in. Oh man, he's going to break the mold. Minimum 40 receptions, JRich.
Okay, I'm gonna do one piece of. Okay, then it is Rondale Moore. I did look to see how many receptions he had. It has to be Rondale Moore then. It has to be. Because as soon as you said that, I was like, it has to be
Rondale Moore was fifth in the NFL.
Rondale Moore.
Why on earth? Why are you running him down the field more than Tyreek Hill? 25.7% of Rondale Moore's routes. He's just running the go route 25% of the time. Tyreek Hill 10th.
Insane.
24.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt's too tall.
4%.
I was thinking like DJ Moore and, I was like, is AJ Brown taller than 6 feet? Like, you think so?
Why are they running Wandale down the field like that, dude? I don't
Figured
get
it wasn't Tank Dell. Oh,
I'll tell you this, my friend.
Stupid.
You have climbed out of a negative 2,100 hole. You're at negative $700 right now. It's supposed to be an overlay. All right, Jay. Where do we want to go next? Jay?
Oh man, it's been tough sledding for me in these two categories. We'll go running backs for 200.
Running backs for 200.
See if I can find a little gem here.
All right. This RB was 5th worst in percentage of attempts that went for a first down, yet he holds a 5th round ADP on Underdog. Just simple stuff.
5th worst.
5th worst in the league. Not good in the NFL in rush attempts that equated to a first down. And the answer is not ETN again. Yet he holds a 5th round ADP on Underdog. I wanted to push it to 4th, but I said a 5th round. 5th.
I'm gonna say
Jay,
Alvin
awful.
Kamara.
He was awful, but people are still
Alvin
drafting
Kamara.
him high. I'm drafting him a lot. You said Alvin Kamara?
Yeah.
The answer is in the chat. It is not Alvin Kamara. It is Rashad White. Rashad White,
okay.
One of the more inefficient running backs in the league, and for whatever reason, I can't stop drafting him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he'd be that.
Josh
inefficient
Jacobs
just
was low too.
because
Anybody that said Josh Jacobs, he was very low as well. But Rashad White, 17.1%.
I figured the volume wouldn't be there for his
Very low.
conversion rate to be so low.
The volume was there. The efficiency was just non-existent.
Bad.
JRich. All right, you're
RB for
down
300.
900 points. You could still recover and finish at 0. But you're down 900 right now, Jay. Where do you want to go?
RB's for 300. We got to
RB's for 300.
close this out.
All right.
See how far down.
I hit Scott Connor with this one last night. I'm going to have to give you help. This should have been a $500 question.
I feel like
RB,
this is a D-bro special right here. I'm going to say Jaleel McLaughlin.
Hold on. Let me read the question. This RB led the NFL in targets per route run, despite receiving 0 targets from the slot, which a lot of running backs motion out to the slot. He got 0. You ain't even going out there, my friend. He's the only one inside the top 15, JRich, in targets per route run to receive 0 targets from the slot, minimum 20 receptions, and a minimum of 10 routes run per game. So I'm not digging down here with the
Minimum
Brandon
of 10 routes
Boldens.
run per game.
Yeah, 10 routes for the running back, 10 routes run. We're not in the Brandon Bolden, Amir Abdullah, Rico Dowdle territory. Got to be out there. So think about a back that's out there a lot. Caught at least 20 passes. Inside the top 15 in targets per route run, but he doesn't move in the slot. He just stays in the backfield.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's Jaleel McLaughlin.
Can I give you some hints? I want to help you out here.
Go for it, yeah.
The player is in the AFC. The AFC West. You are in the... Matter of fact,
I was in the AFC West.
You've got the wrong player. You've got the wrong Bronco, JRich. The answer is Javonte Williams. Targeted on 34.3% of the routes that he runs. He runs about 11 routes per game. Plays none in the slot. 0.
All right.
You stay your ass
for
in the
him,
backfield.
that makes sense. Yeah.
That's right. You stay in the backfield. You get no slot work. But when you do run, your 11 routes per game will target you at a 30% clip. Javonte
I didn't know
Williams.
he got targeted that much. It seemed like
I
he didn't
didn't
do a
either.
lot this year. Right?
Shout out to True Media, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. The more you
There we
know.
go.
All right.
more
Running
you
backs
know.
for what? 400? We got 400?
Running backs for 400.
All right.
Oh, yes. I'm going to let the chat get this one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Garrison, I would have never guessed that either. 4 running backs, JRich, hit the 40% threshold, right, on runs that went for 5+ yards. Devon Achane, Kyron Williams was 2,
Okay. Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey was 4th. Who was 3rd? One more time. Let me say it one more time for the chat. 4 running backs, JRich, in 2023 hit this 40% threshold of runs that went for 5+ yards. I gave you one in Devon Achane. I gave you Kyron Williams. I gave you Christian McCaffrey. Minimum 100 rush attempts. Who's number 3? Not Jamal Williams.
It's definitely Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren was on the list before. I thought he was the leader out of shotgun. He wasn't. It was Achane. It's the same guys on the list. I think it is Jaylen Warren.
The answer,
Jaylen
Warren.
We're back.
Number 3. You are back.
Yep,
All right. You
back.
cleaned up the running back round. Good job. It is Jaylen Warren.
We're
Good
profitable
answer.
in, I think, 2 sectors now. Look at that.
I don't know if you were profitable
Pass catchers
in 2
for
sectors.
sure. Running backs is maybe.
Yeah, Dan, you got that one, man. Good shit, man. Good stuff. Feel good. That's a good one. That one was easy, Jay. All right. NFL teams, Jay. You got 3. You got 3 left. Got 3 left.
All right. This is really testing my knowledge of the system, clearly.
Oh, man. Let's go. All right, Jay. The NFL average for completions on the season, total completions, not per game, total completions on the season that went 20+ yards was 51.6. So 51.6 like total completions went for 20 yards down the field. But 3 teams, dude, 3 teams, Jay, had 70+ completions that went for higher than 20 yards. 70, JRich.
The Texans got to be one. For sure. I think that the Dolphins could be one of them.
Okay.
Not get as many applause for that one.
Well, the applause just ran long. It ran long. I think
Texans, Dolphins, and who's the other team in my head? Oh, the Packers was the other one I was thinking of. The Packers would be my other one.
I see Rams, Lions, Texans,
Can't be the
Dolphins,
Rams, can't be the Lions.
Cowboys. Who are
maybe.
the Miami Dolphins, the Houston Texans, and the San Francisco 49ers? I'm giving people a last little shot. JRich, I don't think you're correct. Who were your 3? Who were your 3?
Who is the Miami Dolphins, the Houston Texans, and the Green Bay Packers?
Jay? Chat? San Francisco,
Wow.
Minnesota, and Houston. Minnesota.
Oh,
What? Give us those sounders.
What?
That makes no sense.
Minnesota Vikings with 74 completions. Dude, think about Addison. How does it not make sense? Think about, people just say, oh, he just lived off the big play. He lived off the touchdown. He just lived off of that. Kirk Cousins,
and
baby.
Then only a quarterback for half a season.
Yeah, Minnesota,
But
baby.
JJ did work, though, when he came back.
He did work when he came back. Yeah, man.
He was crazy good when he came back, so.
I am sure.
Interesting. San Fran, too. But keep in mind, Ray, like you said, I think Brock Purdy, 450 attempts, 75 of those went for 20 or more yards.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
dude,
crazy.
it's and he's 30th in the league in attempts per game. I wonder, man. I just wonder, are they going to let him throw a little bit more? Or do they say, we want to keep you in this range. We don't want you throwing the ball 40 times a game. Let's keep you where you're at. I don't know, Jay.
I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey. You gave him a new deal. Might as well, right?
Yeah,
All right.
that Shanahan
NFL
tree
teams
is
for
cooking.
400.
All right, let's go. In the spirit, you're not going to get this.
God.
No one will answer this. No one will get this right. In the spirit of the new NFL kickoff rules, this team, JRich, was top 5 in the NFL, dude, in average starting field position. But they were one of the worst teams as far as just 3-and-out percentages in 2023. They start off good and can't do anything with the ball. Top 5 in average starting field position. They are starting off across their 30-yard line, dude. Right? So they're starting off in a good range. But they can't do shit with it. Bottom 5 in 3-and-out percentage. They are just 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out.
AFC or NFC? The
Let me
Jets
just
seem
eliminate
like
that
such
for
an
you.
easy answer, right?
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
I'm gonna say the Buffalo Bills.
I can't believe that somebody was close to getting this answer. But it's close. You're in the right conference. Hey,
You gave
give
us
it
the
up.
conference.
Give it up. Stanley got it.
Stanley. got
Denver
it.
Broncos.
The Broncos.
The Denver Broncos.
Okay.
38.6% of the time. They're 3-and-out, baby. Fourth worst in the NFL.
They were bad.
Yet they're starting off at the 31-yard line every time.
Marvin Mims,
For
baby.
whatever reason.
Let's go.
Marvin Mims, whomever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know who's returning kicks. But the Denver Broncos, hopefully they can do a better job of matriculating the ball down the field in 2024. All right, JRich. This could get
NFL
you to
teams
negative.
for 500.
Yeah, this will get you. This is it. This is it, JRich. 2 teams had a perfect winning percentage when scoring first. 2 teams in the NFL were perfect, Jay. Undefeated. You ain't beating them when they score first.
Does that include the playoffs?
No.
Do you know? You don't know. Just say you don't know.
No, it's regular season. I do know. I
Okay.
filtered the query, man.
It's definitely not the Ravens. That's for sure. I'm gonna say the Chiefs as one.
I'll say one of the teams I believe has been named.
Okay.
One of the teams has been named.
It can't be. It could be San Fran. I don't think it is though. That
Jay, would you
Minnesota
like a
one's probably-
hint? Would you like a
Sure.
hint?
I'll take a hint.
I mean, I'm giving you a hint for one. Come on, baby.
Okay.
GQ.
What?
Cowboy Hat Ray.
The
Come on, man.
Cowboys? Oh, I don't know about that.
The Dallas Cowboys and the
the
Minnesota
Minnesota
Vikings,
Vikings.
Jay.
See, the
were
Vikings make
perfect
sense because they
in
suck.
2023, when they scored first,
Really?
1.0000 win percentage when they
Wow.
score first. The Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings.
Interesting. I never would have thought the Cowboys just because they blow games late, but apparently they don't. So,
JRich,
that's crazy.
I think you did
So
kind
how'd
of
it
good.
finish? Did
I
better
gave
than
you a
thought I
ding
did,
for the
honestly.
Cowboys. You should be
fine.
negative 2,000. You should be negative 2,000. But
Hey,
there
man,
you go, Jay.
I was
Take a
there.
round.
Dug my
Take a
way
round of
out,
applause.
came back.
I think you did a good job, dude. This was not easy. Some of them were a little obvious, and some of them were quite difficult, and one of them confused the hell out of me. But yeah, Dallas Cowboys, perfect. I set that up for the $500 question. So let's do it. Richie says that that's a good title. He said the GQ party, or whatever you want to call it, made
bit of a
me hate
mouthful there.
myself, and my Monday is ruined. No, Richie, that just means you got to be on top of your game next Monday when we do it all over, unless some other good shit happens. But Jay, what'd you think about that? Did you have fun, man?
I had fun. I mean, I know I'm bad at trivia, so no shockers there that I did so poorly, but I enjoyed it. I mean, getting a couple right, that's all that matters.
You did.
Yeah, the
did.
Nico Collins one fired me up. It was good. It was good.
Joe
Joe,
said
look,
you're like
I
Samson
don't
and
know about
Delilah,
that.
dude. You shaved your beard and all the power went away, man.
I don't know
All
about
the
that, man.
power
Those questions were
went
tough,
away.
but I enjoyed it. I had fun. So
You
that's all
did
that
a
matters. It
good
was
job, man. All right, everybody's
good.
saying some of the questions were hard. Some of them were not. Some of them we literally talked about last week. Some of them y'all should have got. Some of them I kind of prompted you. There was some Brock
you helped
Purdy.
for
There was some.
for sure.
I helped for some of them, but that was fun, Jay. Anything
Yeah,
you wanna
Brock
say to
Purdy,
pe-
the same answer for two in the damn
Jimbo said
section
all the
was-
questions were $500 questions. You know what? Go big or go home, damn it. Go big or go home. If I just ask you who led the league in touchdowns, I mean, who led the league in touchdowns last year, JRich?
Dak Prescott.
Wrong. Jordan Love. Who led the league in passing yards
Oh, it
last year?
was Jordan Love. Damn.
Who led the league in
Oh,
passing
it was
yards
Tua
last
last year. Has
year?
to
Tua,
be.
who led the league in rushing last year?
Christian McCaffrey. I don't know.
I
I would
don't know
guess.
either.
I would guess Christian McCaffrey.
Is it? Nah, it couldn't have been McCaffrey, was it? I have no idea. Neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. I enjoyed it. I'm glad to have you back, my friend. And shout
Good to
out
be
to
back.
our partners at Underdog Fantasy, man. Make sure you use that promo code ALLGAS. Get up to $250. We got picks going up, plays every single day. Got a lot of dope shit happening. I'm going to be out later this week, so we're going to put some more content out. I'm going on a little mini vacation Wednesday through Sunday, so no destination chill on Sunday. But we will be back on Monday, Jay. You know what? I might make you do the game, and then I play the Jeopardy game next show.
All right.
Maybe.
Christian McCaffrey by a mile, by the way.
Okay.
By like
Christian
300
McCaffrey by a mile.
yards.
Yeah, I think
Crazy.
he did. Yeah, I think he did. All right, hit the music, Jay. Hit the music.
A little loud.
Appreciate y'all tapping in. JRich, we're going to let you do the outro today. You're back. Give us the, hold on, let me make sure I got the thing set up. Do your thing, JRich. Talk to the people, Jay. Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. Where are you? Wait. Talk to the people, Jay.
Thank you to everybody for tapping in. It is good to be back. I had a lot of fun playing the game with you. If you want, DM me some stats, and maybe we can catch Ray slipping next week. Since now apparently I'm running the game, we can make it extra hard for him. But thank you so much for tapping in. Make sure you like and subscribe to all the content we do on DD. There is a few big announcements coming soon, so make sure you're tapped into the Wake Up Show. But we will see you guys next week for more gas, more football talk, and apparently more trivia. But until next time, I am JRich for Ray GQ. We are out. Peace.
Daniel Gafford.